Bienvenue, I'm theoliverpickard and welcome to gorgeously sunny Limousin, France. In today's video I want to talk about the 2CV National Show. This is my final video for the 2CV National Show and it's my finale, my kind of final impression of the show, because I talked to a lot of other people while I was there. But I didn't say much about Jolene. I didn't say much about me and my experience. So this is kind of me sitting down with you guys, a little maybe podcasty type video, and just simply talking about what went on and how I felt about it and all that kind of thing, and my experience making videos at the 2CV National. It's an odd thing to go to a big event that you've never been to and take a camera and work when you don't know anybody and you've never been to that sort of event and everyone speaks a different language. My French is rough, as many of you who speak French could tell when I was talking to a lot of the French people. It's actually a lot better because of the 2CV National. My French came on massively while I was there, which was fantastic, but it's quite a daunting thing to do, to kind of turn up at an event you've never been before, you don't know anybody, and try and walk around and find people to shoot videos with. I went to make videos and I went to check out awesome 2CVs, and I did both of those things. But I suffer from hideous allergies. I mean, really bad, debilitating allergies. Don't get me wrong, I'm not the sort of person that has an anaphylactic shock and like nearly dies. I have, like, my eyes swell up, I tear up like crazy, my nose runs continuously, or I get blocked sinuses. It's awful. It's like some hideous disease from Rick and Morty, and it renders me unable to make videos. And it just so happened that the week that we went to the 2CV Nationals was the beginning of the hideous allergies, and the small holiday that it's allowed, having these pre-recorded videos, has actually allowed me to get over my allergies and to get back to working on the house again and to get back to making videos again, which has been absolutely fantastic. This little brief vacation I've had away from it has kind of, it's been really therapeutic. But I'm really glad to be making videos again. Today's been my first day without like allergies since the Nationals, and I wish I could have done many things different at the Nationals. I wish there were certain people I really wanted to make videos of, with, should I say, and I just didn't get a chance. There was a lovely couple that Etienne Moussin introduced me to, who were going to, I think, Iran or somewhere like that, in their 50s 2CV. It's been over a month since the actual event, so my memory's a little bit hazy. It was a mad rush while I was well to make as many videos as possible, and you will have noticed if you've seen those videos. If not, there's a playlist of them, and they're basically after this video, so you can go through and pick and choose which one you want to watch. But you'll notice I was wearing the same t-shirt in many of the videos. It was also hideously hot, and I get a bad temperature from my allergies, and it was about 40 degrees at one point. That's why everyone was wearing hats, because it was impossibly warm. I'm not so bad with the heat, but with the temperature it gets a bit rough. And like I said, there was a bunch of people I really wanted to make videos with and just didn't get a chance, and I felt really bad, and I was kicking myself after the event, because I wanted to be able to, meet all these people, and hopefully I will at another event further along in future, and we'll be able to sit down and I'll be able to give them more quality time than I would have been able to give them otherwise. Like I say, it was a bit of a mad rush thing and I'm really glad. I'm really glad, and I'm really happy with the way the videos turned out. The one thing that drove me insane through the entire thing, and bear in mind, I couldn't check my footage. I wasn't editing while I was at the event. I didn't take my laptop just in case, because I've only got one. If anything happens to it, you know, I've only got one camera, I've only got one laptop. So I took my camera, and luckily I've got a massive memory card. Not luckily, it's by design. Just in case anything happens to my edited footage and stuff, I don't delete as I go along. I keep a couple of episodes of footage stored up in my memory card. And I just got there and we filmed and filmed and filmed. But one of the things that drove me nuts in editing was the fact that I stood with my belly out. Now, I don't have a belly, I've got a six-pack. But for some reason, I stood like the Pillsbury Doughboy, and I don't know why. I think it's because I couldn't tell whether I was in frame. Normally, when I film a video, I set it all up first. I get my tripod out and I frame all the video, and I check where I'm going to sit, and then I sit down, and then I do what I'm doing. And that way I know I'm perfectly in frame. But when I'm with another person who I may have only just met, or I may have only met briefly, there's a bee on the lens. Go away, bee. Come on. But who, you know, I don't know massively well, and we're in an incredibly bizarre environment. A show like this, it's really noisy. Is the French National 2CV show. There's air horns going off. There's music. There's all sorts. Music's awful for YouTube. Because it means that these videos get copyrighted, and one day I'd like to make some money off them. I'd like this to actually be my living one day. That would be a lovely, lovely thing, and that's kind of my dream. But anyway, I'm in the National 2CV show, and there's air horns going off, there's music, there's inebriated people who are, you know, a bit drunk, and you've kind of got to film where you can film. And like I say, it's 40 degrees, and I'm incredibly tall. I'm 6'6", and stood next to someone like Etienne Mousselin, who's kind of 5'7"-ish. 6'6" is 2 meters tall. I'm a giant. And you stood next to someone like Etienne, who's a normal sized guy. And I'm not sure, because we're moving around and there's people walking past and stuff like that. And sometimes people walking in between us and the camera, because they just didn't know we were filming, because this camera's so small, that I couldn't tell whether I was in frame or not. So there's me kind of trying to figure out where the frame is. I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at them, and I'm trying to kind of figure out where the frame is, where the car is, where they are, and trying to get it all in frame myself, because I'm not in control of the camera. And that's my excuse for standing like the Pillsbury Doughboy and sticking my belly out, and I've probably talked way too much about it. But it's something that I was so self-conscious of editing, and I'm watching these videos wishing I could go back and stand up straight. But yeah, I absolutely loved what I made at the event, and it really galvanised me, the fact that I really want to do this. Like I said, I'd love to do this for a living, and this is more than just a hobby to me. Really, this is really something that's. Making videos is my passion, and it's bizarre because I've never referred to myself as kind of a video maker or kind of any sort of documentarian of any sort, really. Like I'm not a camera guy, I'm not a photographer, I'm just a car guy that's really passionate and knows sometimes far too much about cars. And not just 2CVs, but like cars in general. But when sharing people's passion for cars, it is an incredible thing, and I find people's passion, addictive. I find it's something. It's like I don't know. It's like oxygen to me. It's kind of, I don't know. It's contagious. It's passion, isn't it? You meet someone who's so passionate about something, and it can't help but rub off on you. And I love your guys' reaction to these videos has been amazing as well. And I loved it, and I love it. I love making of the videos. So what's my advice to anybody that wants to go and check out the 2 Series National? Take a hat and sunscreen. The camping is awesome. If you go and you don't camp, you are missing out. The atmosphere is utterly lovely, and you'll make friends that you never knew you had. The services, some people on Facebook talked about the services and were worried about the services. The services were lovely. There were kind of these little prefab huts, and obviously there's 4,000 people there, and there's shower blocks, and there's toilet blocks, and the people that cleaned the shower blocks and toilet blocks were brilliant. They managed, like I said, there's 4,000 people there, and at the end, it was the only time the quality dropped from like absolutely beautifully, perfectly clean to I can tell people are using these toilet blocks and these shower blocks. The shower blocks were tiny. I'm a very large man. But other than that, like, if once you kind of finagle a way to do it, I got on perfectly well with them. And the water was warm. Some of our friends, they went for showers in the evening, so that they knew they'd have a hot shower, but I never went to the showers and had a cold shower. And like I said, they were lovely and clean, and everyone was polite, and if the shower block was full, people waited outside in an orderly queue. Nobody lost their temper. Everybody picked up after themselves. There was no rubbish. There was no mess. That side of things was superb. There was a supermarket nearby. My advice is to check out the area first on a map. When we arrived in the town where the National was being held, we had this kind of madness because we knew the town where it was being held, but we didn't know where it was being held. And first you have to go to the registration. So we knew where the actual site of the thing was, but registration was well off and away. And we ended up driving round following other 2 CVs that were just as lost as we were, trying to find the registration. In retrospect, we should have looked it up. But information was kind of scatty, and we got there in the end, and that's all that matters. And it was kind of a fun thing to drive around this town where you've never been. You have no idea where you're going, and try and find registration. The organisational Womble type people were incredibly nice, 99.9% of them that we met, and were very patient with my terrible French. Although my French, obviously, if you speak any French at all and you've watched the videos where I speak French, you will know my French is not the best. I spent 15 years of my life learning Spanish to come and live in France, and over the course of the event my French came on massively, leaps and bounds. It literally doubled. I always try to do things in French, but people were incredibly patient, and some spoke English. Obviously the people that I made videos with for you guys spoke English, most of them anyway. Guillaume and Amandine do speak English, the people I did the last video of, Tetanus, but they were very timid around the camera. They've never been on camera before, neither had Bob, but Bob likes to talk almost as much as I do, so that kind of helped. And so yeah, like I said, I really loved the videos that I made there, and I had a really good experience there. People were lovely, the place was lovely, camping was lovely, and because we were all on the kind of the same placement, because we were the people without a club placement, it just kind of happened that way. We all sat round and ate communally, and kind of shared what we had, and sometimes we ate our food and they ate theirs, and sometimes we all clubbed in together. Like one night we were all having pasta together, and we had a better camp stove than they did, so we used our camp stove in a big pan and we made everybody's pasta, and we ended up making coffee for everybody in the morning, because I can't stand naff coffee, so we brought a proper size cafetiere, a proper French press cafetiere, and nice coffee, whereas they brought like Nescafe, which Nescafe like is just awful, isn't it? So we ended up making coffee for whatever there was, like 6 of us in a morning, and we ended up putting 3 French presses on for everybody. And that was a lovely thing, and to meet people and to see cars I'd never seen before. 2CVs that I've only ever read about in books, stuff that was incredibly rare. I saw a Sahara, which there's only a few hundred of in the world, and I saw one on a trailer. Actually, I saw 2. So one on a trailer, and I saw one that was a different car altogether, driving on the road, not in a museum, not on the back of a trailer, actually on the road, which I have a thing about cars that get driven. I love cars that get driven. Museums and stuff are okay, and they are a fantastic place to go and see stuff that you've never seen before, or stuff that's incredibly rare or expensive, but there is something that's so much nice about seeing a car rolling down a road as it was supposed to. Cars are works of art, but they're not pieces of art. They are a machine, and they are a mechanical thing, and they are spectacular in that way. And they have to work in both ways, which is why I love them, because it's so much harder than just making something that exists just for aesthetic's sake. And we went to a little museum that they had on, and that was nice. And then a U23, that was lovely. I have a thing about the Citroen U23, which is kind of a pickup that they made from the 30s all the way to the 50s. My local village has one. I want a U23 at some point in my life. And they had a U23, and that was lovely. But it wasn't as cool as seeing the U23 that was rolling around at the show with a 2CV in the back. That was even better. So yeah, the little museum, that was nice, and the car park of the museum was better than the museum. They made a little 2CV museum in kind of, I suppose it will have been like a canal type building. At some point it was next to the river, and it will have serviced boats and stuff like that at one point. And they made a little museum in there, but the actual car park outside of the museum was a better museum than the museum. Although I did get to see loads of cool period photography from the Orleans rally of the 50s, which was awesome. So yeah, I really enjoyed the event. I really recommend you going. The next one is kind of towards the northeast of France, and the one after that is in Brittany, up in the northwest. Now, Brittany will be awesome because there's loads of cool stuff to go and see along that line that I haven't been and seen since I was a kid. So I can't wait to go to that one. Next year's up towards the northeast. I've got no idea what's there, and so that will be totally new for me, and that will be awesome as well. So before I go to the next national, I'm going to do some research of stuff on the way and on the way back, and I want to kind of go. This is another thing. A lot of people cannonball it to these events. So a lot of people fly down because they finish work on a Friday and kind of, or Thursday or whatever, and they fly down and they go straight there and come straight back. And I think that's a bit of a shame as well. People who did that missed out on a lot of stuff, because there's a lot of beautiful stuff around here, and if you come on a motorway and you leave on a motorway, I think you miss out. I think the best way to do it is to take a bit of time, take B roads or D roads as they are in France, and see the place where you are, and visit stuff on the way and visit stuff on the way back. And I didn't really do that because it's not far away. It's 3.5 hours away, something like that, from where I'm currently sat. What was the national this year, and so I kind of knew where it was, knew where I lived. There are a ton of attractions and things that happen while you are there at national. It's not just walking around looking at cars. There was like music stuff on every night, which the French music is different. And there was raffling off of a car, and there were local chateaus, and you get in your kind of goodie bag when you register. And by the way, the goodie bag is kind of cool. I've been using it around for like shopping and stuff like that. It's like a bag for life. And we got a Planet 2 CV magazine, and which I'd actually already bought. So we gave that one to my parents. You get a load of bumf about the local town, and it's like tourist information stuff, and about, you know, kind of local chateaus and stuff like that. I didn't do a lot of that stuff because I was filming. I was, you know, running around like a madman, or I was curled up in a ball dying of allergies, or somewhere in between. And so I didn't go and check out a load of the chateaus. And in the future, I plan on being better prepared for my next national or for my next big event, because this is the first event that I've ever gone to and filmed, of course. So it was kind of it was an experiment that worked incredibly well. Like I say, I had no idea I was going to make videos that way. It was a completely new way of making videos for me. And I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I thoroughly enjoyed meeting everybody that I met, and everyone that I made videos with I can now call a friend, I hope, because they were utterly lovely people, and a bunch of people I didn't make videos with. Not everybody I talked to I made a video with. Some people didn't want to be on camera, and that's fine. Some people, you know, they weren't that kind of person. They're not extrovert like that, or they really didn't want to share their car or whatever, and that's fine. But I still thoroughly enjoyed meeting them. So if I did meet you at the French National 2 CV show event thing, it was an absolute pleasure and an honour. A few people saw me and they were like, I saw you, and I didn't know whether to come up and say hello, and I wanted to shake your hand and talk to you, but I felt shy, and you were busy. And it's always a pleasure to meet every single one of you at these shows. I'm there to meet people, and I'm there to meet you, you know. It's not often I'm in my little corner of the world, and I like being quiet here. I'm very rural. I'm very it's very quiet. It's very lovely, and I like it that way here. But when I go to an event like that, I go there to meet you, and do not ever hesitate to come up, say hello, shake my hand. If I'm filming a video, wait politely until I finish filming the video. Give that person who I'm filming with or whatever time and respect. If I'm on my own filming a video, come up and say hello. You can be in the video, sod it, why not? But if I'm filming with someone else, if I'm doing an interview with somebody, please just respect that person, and respect that that's kind of their time, and then we can talk afterwards. But it was utterly lovely to talk to every single person that I could do, and it was very difficult to fit everybody in, and I didn't manage it. I don't think you ever manage it though. I think that even if I'd gone round and filmed everybody who I met that you know I should have filmed, they would have had a friend that deserved to have a video made of them. Hello, I've just been editing the video that you've just been watching, and in that video I neglected to tell you this video. I neglected to tell you an important bit of information, but it's good news. Basically, in a recent video, Meet Chuck and Paul, great video, great couple, go watch that at the end of this, I said that I was going to go back to a 1 video a week format at the end of the French national meet videos. That's not true. I'm going to carry on doing 2 videos a week, and the reason is it's the maximum amount of videos that I can reasonably make while maintaining current quality while building my house. Why do I want to make more videos? Why do I want to make 2 videos a week? One is so that you guys have more videos to watch and enjoy. The other one, the selfish reason for me, is because I want to monetize this YouTube channel, and the best way for me to do that is 1, with your help, and 2, by making more videos. The more videos that I make, the more minutes of watch time I get, which puts me closer to monetizing this channel. Now then, going back to needing your help. Okay, I don't want your money. What I want is your support. So how can you support me? Well, the best way that you can support this channel is subscribing. There's a button at the end of this video that looks like my face. Click on that, that subscribes you to this channel. Or you can click subscribe down below. The other thing that you can do is click like. Clicking like gets these videos seen by more people that may like a similar sort of thing. So the kind of videos that you watch, it gets the video suggested to more people that like the same kind of things as you. The third thing that you can do is you can share this video. Again, down there's a little arrow button, and that's share. You click on share and it comes up with a little menu, and you can choose your specific form of social media and share this video or any other video, your favorite video of mine, on social media. That gets more people to watch these videos. The more people that watch these videos, the better this YouTube channel can be. I'm going to maintain current quality, which I admit is not a very high bar. I'm cracking on and making as many awesome videos as I can, making as much stuff for your enjoyment as actually is possible. But in order to do that, and in order to make better videos and more videos, I'm asking for your support. Thank you all for watching. The other way you can support me is by being awesome to each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.